Very good morning. Thanks for joining. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, as we discussed in the last session, elastic load balancer, we successfully load balance the application between the multiple instances. So, the elastic load balancer name is called application load balancer. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to everyone. Let me draw the picture. So, yesterday, what is the lab we have completed? So, we have a multiple web servers we created, like a 3 servers we created. And the 3 servers traffic is load balanced with the ELB. So the elastic load balancer group is created. Which is called target group. And this target group, the instances are added. So this target group is assigned to elastic load balancer, ELB. So this is an application load balancer. So application load balancer is giving a URL, that's address. So like this, some kind of HTTPS : some XYZ. Okay. So some address. And users are getting connected to this URL. Okay. So this looks good. But this configuration only is applicable for few scenarios only. Example, your company have a limited staff, limited users. They're accessing the application. So then you can create application load balancer and you can give this URL to the users and the users can able to access this URL. The traffic will be load balanced between the instances, the servers. But this concept is not applicable for unconditional traffic, unexpected traffic, for e-commerce business, online businesses, etc., etc. Let's suppose you can understand this company is a Zomato. So Zomato.com website is hosted here. So can we expect that today how many people will get connected to Zomato.com website? No, right? Because Zomato was established in India, multiple locations. Can we expect that how many people will connected to this website? No, not at all possible. So based on this target group capacity, only the users can able to connect. If more than capacity, if they connected, the users will not able to access the page because the servers will be down, because due to huge load on the server will be crash or down. So the complete application will be down here. So users will not able to access the application. So we cannot predict how many people are getting connected in this situation. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right. So maybe if Zomato is a big business and can we create 20 to 30 web servers here? Okay, will you create? But the day one, the initial minute, the bill will charged in your account? Yes or no? So early morning, 6 o'clock, who will order the food? Tell me. So unnecessarily, you will be running the more servers. Okay. The two non-productivity hours, unnecessarily you're paying a more amount to the cloud services. So to maintain this revenue, the bill, okay, in a proper way, whenever the business is getting, during that time only you can pay. So you need to configure some automatic settings. Whenever users are getting increase, then only server count will get increased. And whenever user count is decreased, the number of servers also decrease in the back end of a target group. So that is managed by a specific service called auto scaling. There's a specific service name called auto scaling. First of all, guys, you need to understand what is meaning of scaling. Scaling means expanding, increasing. Suppose in normal business, so we have 100 users. 100 users, the traffic will be handled by 3 servers. Okay. Uh, so based on the company growth, so growing continuously, so additionally 20 users are joined. So for that reason, so we have verified the load because of is a huge load on the servers. So as administrator, I decided, so currently this server is a 4 GB RAM and 2 CPUs. I'll be increased to 8 GB RAM, 8 GB RAM and 4 CPUs like this. And all the servers I increased it. Previously, 4 GB RAM, 2 CPUs. Now upgraded each server from 4 GB to 8 GB and 2 CPUs to 4 CPUs. Then now the load can be easily can able to handle. So how much RAM, how much CPU can increase up to the maximum server capacity. After that, we cannot increase. So the server itself, it will be scaling. Okay, the server itself is scaling. We call as vertical scaling. The server itself growing one configuration to higher configuration or lower configuration, we call as vertical scaling. Okay, and once the capacity is over and there is no space to extend of the server, and we need to add additional number of servers into the load. Okay, this is called horizontal scaling. This is called horizontal scaling. So number of servers increasing is a horizontal scaling. Server itself is growing, it's called as vertical scaling. Vertical scaling, it may require downtime to power up the server, and we can increase the RAM and CPU, then we need to start the server. In certain cases, it will be required downtime. But additionally, adding the horizontal servers, not required. So we can add additional server to the load. But who will create additional servers? So there's a service name called auto scaling. So guys, the same concept, the same concept. So first of all, we are not creating any servers in the target group. We are not creating any servers in the target group. Okay. We are not creating any servers in the target group. Only just we creating the a load balancer. That's it. That's it. So we have a AMI. We have a AMI. Example, this is a AMI. So what is a AMI? Digi Media Web App. is a AMI is readily available. This is web app AMI is available. This was created earlier. So when we are working on, okay, let me sign into the AWS account. Go to EC2. Currently, any instances is there. So I have a AMI. So now I'm going to a launch configuration. So launch configuration is nothing but whenever required, I need n number of these servers with this configuration. This is called launch configuration. Launch configuration is I need some specific configuration is required whenever required. So that's why before you are creating auto scaling, before auto scaling, we will creating the launch configuration. So first we are creating a launch configuration. In the launch configuration, we are giving the name LC. LC stands for launch configuration, Digi Media Web App. So what is the AMI? What is the AMI? I'm going to create a launch configuration. Okay. This is launch configuration. So whenever creating a launch configuration, it will ask name. It will ask name. Okay. We are giving the name. Next, it will ask EMI. So EMI, just we are mapping to this. Yes. So what's the AMI name? Digi Media Web App. Digi Media Web App. Okay. So what is the launch configuration? LC Digi Media Web App. Perfect. So what is the next step? Hey, I'm selecting the AMI Mumbai Digi Media. Instance type. Hey, what is the configuration is required? Instance type. You need a T2 micro, T2 nano, extra large, 2 extra large. You need to select it. Okay. So type T2 micro, T2 micro. Why? Why I'm selecting T2 micro? Anybody can tell me? Why I'm selecting only T2 micro? Guys, నేను ఎందుకు T2 micro select చేస్తున్నా? Silly question
Less
అడుగుతున్నా.
CPUs used.
Sorry?
Less CPUs used. There is more space.
Any other answers? I'm not satisfying with this answer actually. Okay. But whatever you're trying is good. Okay. Anybody? Ashwini? What is the T2 micro? Free tier instance. Guys, you're missing the basics actually. I don't know where you are standing. You're missing the basic things. This is not good actually. This is really not good. Whatever you're practicing, what you're preparing. Many times I explained T2 micro, T2 micro, T2 micro. At least how many hours T2 micro is a free for each month. In a month, free tier EC2 T2 micro, how many hours free?
765 hours.
750. Guys, whatever you practice is not good actually. That's my strong feedback. Whether taking a positive or maybe negative, your wish. This is not good actually. If you are in my interview, definitely uh, first 5 minutes, I'll be asking the basic questions. Not only me, anybody. Then we don't want to spend more time because of not required. Basic things you are not a well knowledge person. How can you take it? Tell me. So be prepare well. So lab is very, very easy. Concepts also you need to remember always. How many times I'm creating the missions last 2, 3 days? Hmm? Additional configurations. It's optional, not required. I'm not configuring. So each mission will be 35 GB storage is there. Okay. Now security group, I'm going to use existing security group. That's a default security group I'm selecting. So next, which one we need to select? Security group. So guys, security group we need to select. Security group. Security group is required. Why? Because of the instance will be running on the a specific group. So security group, I'm going to select the default. Okay. Next, what's the next step? Key pair. So if any key pair you are maintaining for the instance, you can select. I'm not maintaining any key pair. You see without key pair. Okay. Next, key pair is very, very important. I'm selecting without key pair, guys. Okay. Next, acknowledge it, create a launch configuration. So now the launch configuration is ready. Now the launch configuration is ready. Okay. So guys, suppose if I use this template to create a instance, what we will get with this configuration? With this configuration. Okay. With this configuration, I will get it. So that's why the launch configuration I created. Next, I'm going back to the main screen, EC2. So launch configuration is successfully created. Next, auto scaling group I'm going to create. So in the auto scaling group, so auto scaling group. I'm going to create auto scaling. So what is the use of auto scaling group? I will configure everything in auto scaling group. Okay. I'm creating everything in auto scaling group. I will keep on monitor the traffic. I'll keep on monitor the traffic. Okay. So create a auto scaling group. So in auto scaling group, we are going to mention the name. Auto scaling group name is DG media hyphen web app. Hey, what is a template? What's a template? So drop down list not showing. Switch to launch configuration template. Click on drop down LC DG media web app. So that means what? So this particular web app is connected to this. Okay, we have connected. We have connected this launch configuration to auto scaling group. So whatever the instances creating in this auto scaling group with this configuration, with this configuration. So next, hey, what is a network? What's a network? So what's the main network we are managing it? VPCs, right? VPCs. So whatever the VPC is there, the particular VPC we will be mapping here. Suppose Suppose if another VPC also is there, example I'm understanding, VPC1 and VPC2 is a two different networks are there. Suppose in this auto scaling, if I selected VPC1, only the instance which is running on VPC, it will participating in auto scaling. VPC2, it will not participate. Okay, are you clear? So now going back, so we can select the drop down list and we can select by default have only one VPC is there I am selecting. Next, in this particular region, how many data centers are there? You need to select this. So then only the instance will create on the particular availability zones, especially data centers. Example, now I'm not selecting, okay, I'm selecting only availability zone A. In case instances are created in availability zone B and C, it will not work. It will not communicate in the elastic load balancer group. So my suggestion, you need to select all the availability zone on the particular region. So that means see, this should be get connected. This should be get connected. This should be get connected. Okay. So now understood? So next point. Hey, do you managing any load balancers? Yes, I'm going to attach existing load balancer. That is a load balancer name is target group is Digimedia Web App. Okay. I'm going to I'm going to use a existing load balancer. So how can I select that? Digimedia Web App. So now come back here. So this particular group, I'm going to connect this. So whatever the instances of creating in this auto scaling group, that will be present in the target group automatically. You don't want to add. Normally, yesterday class, we have created the instances. After that, we manually add those instances into the target group. Now it's not needed. Now it's not needed. Okay. So next concept is health checks. Hey, do you want to configure health checks? Yes, I need to monitor the health checks. It's a recommended. Yes. Health check grace period will be 30 seconds. 30 seconds means 5 minutes. Okay, I make it to 120 seconds. Okay. So if you need any additional settings, you want to monitor the logs in CloudWatch, you can select and click on next. Now we need to select the group size. Hey, right now you're creating the auto scaling. So what is the minimum size we need to maintain? Hey, I need to maintain minimum size is 1. Desired capacity is a 2. Okay, if the users are getting accessing the application, minimum 2. So based on the users continuously growing, I can set the maximum value 6 hours. So minimum, maximum, desired capacity also you can consider here so that you can manage your bill in a proper way. Understand? Are you clear? So even though if more people are getting connected, it will not cross more than 6. Guys, this is actually, I'm giving for example, you can give 50, 70, 100 also can give. So scaling policies are there. This is optional. So if you want, you can select this scaling policies. How the scaling policy will go? How the scale will be happen? So tracking of target CPU utilization. So each server, if the value, the server value, the CPU utilization, example, if you go to server, the task manager, okay. So here is a performance will be there. Okay. So per process, the CPU will be always, I'm getting more than 50%, right? So if you continuously, if the CPU utilizes more than 50%, then it will create additional servers. So like that configuration. So guys, for immediate reaction, I'm going to make it 30%, but in real-time environment, we are giving 75%. Okay, 75%. So, and minimum 120 seconds I'll maintain. Then click on next. And finally, I want to send any notifications. Okay, not required. Maybe going forward, we will learn. So next, and finally, give the target. The name is ASG, ASG, DG app, DG app 01. So guys, this is the name servers will get created. What are the name you're giving? With this name, servers will get created. Click next, and this is a final option, and create auto scaling group. Create a auto scaling. See, now group is updating. Now group is updating. So I'll be making the duplicate tab and go to instances. Instances. Now you can see this DG app 01, DG app 01. Two servers are creating. I'm not creating. This is creating by auto scaling group. This will be creating by auto scaling group. Okay. So for understanding purpose, I'll be changing this name to 2. Okay. So 1 and 2 servers are there. So wait for some time. And meanwhile, I'll go to EC2, Elastic Load Balancer, right? Load Balancer. So this is a load balancer, right? I'm giving this link to everyone in this chat. Can you please copy and you can browse this link on your internet browsers. Perfect. Application is working fine. So now I'm not changing any names. Yesterday you have already seen, right? So again, I'm not going to each and every server. I'm not editing it. It's unnecessary taking more time. Okay, but I'll show you some kind of examples for you. Okay. See, successfully we are getting connected. Successfully we are getting connected. As of now, any questions? So as of now, concepts, workflow, the demo presentation, the examples, any questions here? I know that this is a very big topic. I told you already, it's a very, very big topic. Any questions?
How actually it detects that more load is required? So that I didn't understand.
Sorry?
No, this so we have created a launch configuration right here for this
Mm-hmm.
auto scaling group.
Mm-hmm.
Now this launch configuration should get activated only when the load is more, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but how that is detected if load is more or not?
I already configured the CPU percentage is 50%. So make it to 30% now. So each server they'll maintain If the CPU threshold is more than 30% of our wait for 120 seconds, it will create a additional circuits. That's a
So
backend.
it is only based on CPU and memory, right?
Exactly. Yeah, obviously server is maintaining that only, right? If human being is alive or dead, we'll check the pulse, right? If the server is working fine or not, how can I check that? It's a CPU and memory only, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, could you just show me where the CPU configuration percentage has been configured, sir?
Okay. In auto scaling group, select auto scaling, click on this group. So here, advanced configuration, we have 300 seconds will be, we have showing for this cooling period, right? And this is a network. One step back. Again, we have to select here. So in the launch configuration, this is the template which is selected. This one, if anything you want to change, you can check this. Anytime you want to change your network, you can change here network. That's your wish. And come back to this instance type requirement. So settings not available. So because of instance type is already we have selected in the launch configuration. Load balancing, we already selected that. And health checks. So health checks is we have set up for 120 seconds. Okay. So this is a 120 seconds we have selected. If you want, you can change to increasing the time. That's your wish. And the next thing is come back to this top one, group details, edit. Anytime you can increase and decrease the number of servers. You can check this. That's your wish. Now activity. So what are the steps as of now it is completed? All the steps we can do that. If any failed configuration, we can check this. So that we can monitor here. Automatic scaling, we can check this. So here we are setting the value. So as required, maintain the average CPU utilization is at 30%. So add or remove the capacity as per requirement. Okay. So now select this. Okay. Edit option. You can change this value. 30% to 50% or 60% or 70%, you can change that. That depends on the networking as per load balancer target. These are the 4 values we can change it. That's your wish. So mostly in real-time environment, CPU utilization only. Either application, load balancer, request. Equally maintaining the request. This is option. And other thing is instance management. So this is your instances are created. So you can check this instance are healthy or not. Suppose if I'm selecting the instances here. So now only 2 instances are running this. Okay. Now I'm making down one of the server. I'm making down of the server. There's some problem. I have terminated. The server is terminated. Okay. Now can check this. And even the servers also created in one server in one availability zone, another server is in another availability zone, equally balancing of the availability zone also. Okay. Still your application is running. You can check that because one server is managing the load. Okay. Wait for a few minutes. So unhealthy. So in that replacement, new server is created. In serving is already working, is a pending is creating. So you don't want to do anything. In case of any problem server, you can terminate it. In that replacement, new server will create automatically. Okay? You got my point? So nowadays, Netflix, Hotstar, these all are, they're not repairing any systems. Okay. If one or two servers are any problem, they'll select and delete it. In that replacement, new servers will create automatically. Now can see this. 2 new servers are created. Is one initializing, one is already terminated. So it's always maintain the desired load. If you guys are keep on kicking this website link, maybe if you get a more traffic, so then it will create additional server. You can try. You can try. But I don't know whether you are trying or not. Here 22 people are there. If you 22 people, if you keep on trying, okay, all the requests, so definitely maybe we can create 1 or 2 servers additionally. But your cooperation is required. I'm not checking each and every mission whether you are doing or not, right? Okay. Can you please try at least? Can you please try from your end? Is keep on refreshing this page, get more connections to the load. Okay. See how quickly its website is working now. Huh? This is a beauty of auto scaling and elastic load balancer. This is a live example for you. Actually, this is a simple website page, so that's why it's keep quickly it's loading. Amazon, Netflix are very big content, right? So it will small delay will be there. That's acceptable. Any other questions?
No, Raj.
No?
Practice.
Clear.
We'll
Practice is more important.
while doing
Practice is
practice.
more
If you
important.
think of,
Yes, this
I will.
this lab you need to. I'll give this a complete workflow diagram. Please create it. So ultimately, you are accessing this link. Okay, finally, you're accessing this link. But remaining job, everything we need to do it. So first, create image is must. Network is must. Then launch configuration. EMI is creating. Launch configuration you need to create. Target group, elastic load balancer. Finally, auto scaling group. Okay, so user will be accessing the website.
Rajesh.
Any other question?
Hello, Rajesh.
Yes, please.
And it is auto downgrading also it will do after traffic is reduced.
If first once the servers are increasing, then only we can see the decrease. Otherwise, no.
Okay.
Now, if you hit a more connection, then only server will be continuously wait for 120 seconds. Okay, then reaches to, then we'll go for increasing the number of servers. Then if slowly users are not accessing the application, slowly applications will be down. Okay, so that's why I'm example, one server I deleted, in that replacement, one more server is created. Okay.
Can we get PDF on this?
What? Okay, study material.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll get study material and this video and this particular workflow diagram also I'll give you. because of mostly in the internet, you never see this kind of architecture diagram. Okay, auto scaling is only simple image they'll be
Yes, yes,
providing.
yes, yes.
So it will not understand actually where it will come, what is the workflow, nothing. Okay, that's why I prepared this image. You can
This
take it.
clear, that is the reason.
So I'll give you, don't worry about it. Let me export.
Rajesh, I have a doubt here. Hello. Hello, Rajesh.
Sorry, what is that?
Yeah, hello. Sorry, guys. Sir, have a power issue. The connection was break. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
able to
you're
hear.
audible.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for joining.
Okay, are we winding up this call?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I'll ask my question in the next session.